To amend an employee's leave allowances, first open their profile and select the Allowances tab at the top. At the top of the page, you'll see the employee's default annual leave allowance. By default, this comes from the organisation-wide leave settings configured in the admin panel, but you can override it for individual employees using this drop-down. Next, choose how FlowRota should calculate annual leave for this employee. For employees with regular weekly schedule or regular weekly hours as their working arrangement, such as this user working 40 hours per week, the contracted hours per week option will calculate 1 week of leave as 40 hours. Alternatively, the year average option uses the employee's historic contracted hours across the business year. For example, if the employee previously worked fewer contracted hours earlier in the year, FlowRota will calculate an average weekly value instead. The third option is payable hours in the current business year. This is designed primarily for 0 hours or flexible workers. Instead of using contracted hours, FlowRota calculates leave based on the hours the employee has actually worked so far this year. For example, if the employee has worked 100 payable hours and the leave allowance is set to 12.07%, they would earn roughly 12 hours of annual leave. If required, you can also manually control allowances instead of using automatic calculations. However, manual allowances rely entirely on the values entered, so they're typically best used for employees with fixed entitlement arrangements. You can also manually add or deduct leave at any time using the Adjust Allowance option. Finally, if an employee joined partway through the current business year, FlowRota will automatically pro-rata their allowance based on how much of the leave year they were employed for. If we switch to next year's allowance view, you'll see the employee receives their full annual entitlement because they were employed before the new leave year begins.